Welcome to the demonstration of our NoVault above ground enclosure from Excel Fluid Group. We're going to run through it quickly, simulate some of its features and benefits, level controls, things like that, and just give you a high level view of what's going on with the NoVault enclosure. This is our NV2. We make larger ones for larger pump stations, but this is a very typical size for many pump stations out there. Structural aluminum. Let's get into the control side. The gull wing enclosure gives you doors that open and provide some shelter, LED lighting, insulated enclosure, lined, and makes it a really nice work environment to get into your controls. We're not crouched down into a doghouse. We're up here where everything's at eye level. It's a very safe control because it's our arc sentry design, which has low voltage separated from high voltage. I'm going to simulate with the simulation. This wouldn't typically be part of the pump station, but for the demonstration unit, I can show you as levels go up and down. Let's take a look at the controls. It's currently set in the demo unit to have its stop point at 3 feet. It's going to bring pump 1 on at 5 feet. If that doesn't bring level down, it brings pump 2 on at 5.5 feet. And finally, we get to a high water alarm point. It's fully float back, full redundancy with float backup. So in the event of a transducer fail or a complete PLC failure, it will call for float backup that will bypass both those into the relays and bring those pumps on to keep the station operating properly. So I'll bring up the level here on the station, and we're going to see when we hit the 5 foot mark, it's going to call for pump 1. It's calling for pump 2 first because it alternates back and forth. And a triplex system would alternate between the 3 of them. Pump 1 comes on, or in this case, pump 2 comes on, brings the level down. Failing that, we pass the lag point. It calls for the second pump to come on. It's called, it comes on, and that finally brings the level down. If we continue up, we get to our high float alarm. But ultimately, the pump level comes down and stops at 3 feet, and the pumps come offline. If it's hooked up to telemetry or SCADA, this is all going to be communicated to you. We can also simulate an overtemp, and that's where we're going to be sending both an audible and a visual alarm there. We can also simulate seal fail. Seal fail is going to call an alarm and also illuminate the exterior light, so even on a drive-by, you're going to be able to see something's going on with my pump station. We're back to the normal operation here, and I'll take you inside. And we have a switch in here just for the demonstration unit. Typically you do this outside. I shut power off. That gets me access to the high voltage side. Oh, I gotta turn my pumps off. Now I can get access to the high voltage side. In this case, it's 2 variable frequency drives. Could be NEMA starters, could be soft starts. In a triplex system, it'd be a larger enclosure, you'd have 3. We'll bring in our float wiring in through intrinsically safe connection. A very, very safe control panel, eliminating arc flash hazards and keeping the operator in the low voltage side when that's all he needs to be doing. Once again, we'll bring on the demonstration power again. And let's go around to the piping side of the wet well. First, we'll take a look at our plugs and receptacles. We're on a cable tray right now that goes into the wet well. If you need to pull a pump for maintenance, it's as simple as unplugging it, pulling out of the cable tray, lifting your pump out, taking it away. There's no conduit, no field wiring. The melter plugs are very simple and easy to take off, and that pump's coming with you for replacement or maintenance, whatever needs to happen. Floats plug in here, and we'll come around and take a look at the piping side of the NoVault enclosure. Once again, it's an insulated, lined, easy access enclosure. We got the Excel swing away hoist, a slick design, which is going to allow us to access the pit. We're standing on the hatch right now with safety grates. The pumps are going to be down in the hole. The electric hoist is going to allow us to pick them up and out easy. Extendable boom, we can swing out, set them in the back of our pickup. Don't even need a service truck. This is shown in 4-inch ductile iron, very common. Got our valves, our bypass, stainless connection point, air release, drain to the wet well, our heater. There is thermostat control, so it can talk to the controls if there is a temperature problem. We're seeing these out of HDPE, stainless steel, PVC, larger ductile iron, but a very easy level to work on and a whole lot better than getting down into a valve vault. Once again, a little bit of shelter, some light, and very easy access for maintenance. It's really the operator's dream. It's the NoVault enclosure from Excel Fluid Group. Thank you very much.